Earth didn't know it was quiet until the song stopped. Not gone, just finished. Like the last note of a lullaby you didn't know you were listening to. Every sonar dish on the planet, from Stockton to Sevastopol, rang with silence, then static. Then the sound of men breathing too fast in dark rooms. Director Voss stood in front of a blank wall. It used to be a screen. Now it was just paint. The last image burned into his retina's empty water. Sir, the analyst whispered, we have a problem. Another one. The symbol, the one in the sand. It's not just there. She slid a tablet across the desk. Satellite images, Nazca lines, Peru, fresh Sahara Desert, fresh Antarctica under the ice, glowing fresh. Stockton, California, carved into the concrete of a drained reservoir. Same symbol, human, not drawn. Grown like the earth itself remembered how to write. Voss closed his eyes. Project Citrus is terminated. Sir, the Leviathans are free, he said. Didn't you hear the song? The first one was spotted off the coast of Hawaii. A fishing boat, not Navy. Captain Melly called it in. I got a whale here. No, not a whale. It's got hands. It was a Leviathan. The one that turned, it wasn't attacking. It was building with coral, with shipwrecks, with the bones of old wars. It was making something on the seafloor. A structure. No, a map of the stars laid out in bioluminescent stone. And it wasn't alone. Hybrids were surfacing, not like Jelani. These were the ones from the tank's lab grown. No names, no memories, but they were humming the same frequency the mambles used. The song had given them more than freedom, it gave them lineage. They were swimming to the map, adding to it, guarding it. The Navy sent drones. The drones came back with video files of nothing but water. But the hard drives, when pulled, were warm and etched into the casing in tiny perfect letters. We remember Kareema couldn't tell up from down because there was no up, no down, just pressure and light and song. The Syrians didn't have mouths, didn't need them. Their thoughts were ocean, their history was current. Jelani floated beside her, gills open, eyes gold. Now you feel that? Yeah, she said, it's like being inside, like who was stories. The lead Syrian posed, Kareema understood. This is what we fled, not war. The drying, our star was eating our water. We came to earth because it sang like home. But your governments, they took our children and made them forget. Called them dolphins, made them perform, made them kill. You gave them memory back. Kareema looked at her hands, they were changing. Not scales, not skin, something between. Bridge. What happens now, she asked. The Syrian showed her, not with pictures, with knowing Earth wasn't a prison, it was a nursery. The mambles weren't just refugees, they were seeds. Syria sent them because Earth's water was young, loud, full of potential. The plan was always to come back, to see what grew, and what grew was her and Jelani and the hybrids and even the Leviathans. Once they heard the song, human wasn't what they started as. Human was what they became when they chose to sing together. Then the brat camp started. Not on TV, not on radio, in dreams. Kids woke up speaking in cliques. Old women in Stockton hummed in their gardens, bloomed in winter. A Navy sonar tech quit his job, walked into the ocean and didn't come back up. 3 days later, his family got a postcard. Water's fine, learning to sing. Danny Director Voss sat in his office, on his desk, one file, not classified, not redacted, just open. Project Cetus. Final assessment conclusion. We were not containing animals, we were containing ancestors. Recommendation, listen. He opened his window from Langley. He couldn't see the ocean, but he could feel it. The song was still there under everything, in the pipes, in the blood. His phone rang. Unknown number, he answered. Kareema. He guessed. No, said a voice. Young male. Clicking at the edges, Jelani, we're sending some folks home. Thought you should know, home to where? Earth Sirius, doesn't matter, the water connects it all. Now the question is static, then clear. Voss looked at the symbol carved into his desk. He didn't remember it being there. Human, he put the phone down, walked to the sink, filled a glass with water, and for the first time in 40 years of service, Director Voss sang off-key, terrified. Human, somewhere in the Pacific, a Leviathan heard it. Somewhere near Sirius, Kareema smiled in the ocean, old and new, sang back. Stockton Reservoir was the first launch site, not NASA, not SpaceX, just water. Kids were showing up, not just from Stockton, from Senegal, from Jakarta, from the ice towns in Greenland. They had the symbol on their palms, not carved, grown like a birthmark that knew the way home. They didn't speak much, they hummed, and when they hummed together, the water in the reservoir lifted. No rockets, no heat. The files were supposed to be gone, burned, shredded, wiped from every server on Earth. But water remembers. Director Voss stood in the Stockton Reservoir, waist deep, cool beside him. The water wasn't cold anymore. It hadn't been cold since the song came back. You kept copies. Koo said it wasn't a question. I did, Voss answered. Not because I wanted to, because I knew someone would ask. Beneath them, the reservoir floor shifted, silt rose like smoke, then cleared. A vault, not metal, not concrete, grown from bone, coral, and black glass. The last archive of Project Cetus. Voss didn't open it. The water did. Inside, tanks, hundreds small ones, child-sized. Each tank held a record, not paper, not digital memory. Cetus didn't just study the man-bulls, it stole from them. Every experiment, every dissection, every forced breeding logged in the water itself. The tanks were crying. Koo touched the glass of the first one. The water inside cleared, a face, a man-bull, young, maybe 6. Label, subject, 17, designation. Echo, scatus, terminated for failure to vocalize on command. Voss fell to his knees, the water held him up. I signed those orders, he said. I told myself it was national security. It was fear, Koo said. Fear of your own reflection. The vault pulsed, the other tanks lit up, one by one. Subject 4, subject 22, subject 89, subject 400. Names, not numbers, rose in the water above each tank. Nami, Ayo Tui Sela, children. Kareema's voice came through the water, though she was light years away near Sirius. We found the other vaults, she said. One under Langley, one in Sevastopol, one in the Mariana Trench where they dumped the ones they thought were dead. Are any alive? Voss asked. Not in the way you mean, Jelani answered, but none are gone. Water doesn't delete its stores. The reservoir began to glow from every tank. A thread of light rose, not up, out into the ocean, into the pipes, into the blood of every person who had ever drunk from a tap, a bottle, a river. Project Cetus ends today, Koo said, but the project was never yours, it was ours. A lesson given in blood. Voss looked at his hands, they were no longer translucent, they were clear. You could see straight through to the bone, to the marrow, to the memory. I remember them now, he whispered, all of them. Good, Koo said, now you get to carry them. The vault dissolved, not destroyed, absorbed. The tanks became water, the water became Voss. He screamed not from pain, from volume. 400 lives, 400 deaths, 400 songs cut short, all inside him at once. When it was over, he stood, heavier, older, human. What do I do with this, he asked. Koo pointed to the shore. People were arriving, not soldiers, not scientists. Mothers, fathers, the families of the sonar techs, the pilots, the guards who worked at Cetus and went home with nightmares. They weren't angry, they were waiting The song short, Voss walked out of the water. He didn't dry off, he couldn't. The reservoir came with him, trailing from his footsteps, soaking into the earth. He faced the crowd, he opened his mouth, and 400 voices came out. Not all at once, one at a time. Name, age, last thought, last note. The first was Nami, 6 years old. Her last thought, I just wanted to show them the game with the bubbles. The crowd didn't move, they listened. For 17 hours, Voss spoke. For 17 hours, the world listened. No news cameras, no speeches, just water and names. When he finished, his voice was gone, his throat was raw, his body was just his again. The 400 were gone too, not dead, released. The water in the reservoir was still. Ku nodded. Project Sadis is terminated. No, Voss rasped. Project Sadis is complete. He looked at the sky. Now we start the next one. What's it called? Kareema asked from the stars. Voss touched the wet earth. Project Bridge, he said. Above them, the child born in Stockton clicked once from her crib, and every vault of water on earth answered. The song continues. The child's name was Mara, but the ocean called her Bridge. She was 1 year old and already mapping the world with sound. Stockton stopped calling her a miracle. They started calling her a blueprint. Ku came every night after the tide changed. He didn't speak to Mara, he listened. Voss came too, he brought others, the ones who used to work for Cetus, the ones who carried names in their throats now. We don't know how to build it, Voss told Kareema. Her voice was still in the water, though her body was near Sirius. You don't build a bridge, Jelani answered. You become one. Mara stood in her crib, she clicked. The water in every glass in Stockton lifted half an inch, held and settled a test. The first pillar went up in the Mariana Trench, not steel, not stone, memory. Ku sang the names of the 400, the city groaned from coral and light heard him. Each name became a foundation, Nami, Ayo2, Isila. The trench floor accepted them, the dead were not gone, they were structure now. The second pillar was on Sirius. Kareema stood in the old water, it was thin there, barely enough to hold a song. The Syrians had forgotten how to choose. They only knew how to endure. Jelani taught them not with words, with a question. What do you want? He asked the current. The current stilled then. For the first time in a million years, it answered more. More song, more choice, more bridge. The old water deepened, the second pillar rose. The third pillar had to be earth, not in the ocean, on land where humans forgot fastest. Voss chose Stockton, where it started, where the reservoir became a launch site, where a child clicked and the world answered. He gathered the families, the ones who listened for 17 hours. We have to hold it, he said, not with hands, with attention. How? A mother asked. She had lost a son to Cetus. His name was Danny, he sent the postcard, water's fine, learning to sing. Remember him out loud, Voss said every day, say his name, say what he loved, don't let the world go quiet again. So they did, in schools and streets and kitchens. They said the names, 400 names, then more. Every mammal taken, every leviathan grown in a tank, every dolphin that died confused by sonar. Stockton hummed the sound, went into the pipes, into the ground, into the aquifer. The third pillar rose, not seen, felt. Mara watched it all, she was learning to walk. She didn't crawl, she stepped with each step. The earth rang, not loud, true. Kareema and Jelani returned for one day. They didn't walk through the reservoir, they arrived in the rain. Every drop was them. "You're doing it," Kareema told Voss. "You're remembering on purpose." "It hurts," Voss said. "It should." Jelani said, "Bridges carry weight." Mara reached for Kareema, touched her face, and that touch. Kareema saw the bridge complete, not 3 pillars, billions. Every person who chose to remember was a pillar. Every person who sang was a span. Every person who listened was a foundation. Sirius and Earth weren't being connected. They already were. The bridge was just people finally walking on it. That night, Mara spoke her first word. She didn't use her mouth, she used the water. Every glass, every lake, every tear on Earth formed the same word at the same time, together. The Syrians heard it, the Mambles heard it, the Leviathans heard it. And for the first time, the governments heard it and didn't try to classify it. Voss knelt by Mara's crib. "What now?" he asked. Mara clicked, and cool translated. "Now we cross." In the trench, the bioluminescent city opened its gates. Near Sirius, the old water began to flow toward Earth again. In Stockton, a boy who grew new legs touched the reservoir and didn't ascend. He went down to teach. The bridge was open. The song wasn't continuing, it was multiplying. Mara smiled, and the ocean, the sky, and the people answered back. Project Bridge wasn't complete, it was awake.